Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. The very first episode of Exway Talk. Got my man Jason with me today. Say what's up to the people, man.
Hey, what's going on, people? How y'all doing?
Hey, we had to do it. We were going to do a discussion about how there were so many budget boards coming out and they're just looking really good.
Yeah.
But then Evolve did something yesterday. I just feel like we got to talk about it.
Yeah, we talk about it.
So yesterday, Evolve released a video, basically where they were comparing their boards, and I want to use the language they used in the video. They said to Chinese boards,
Yeah.
and in particular,
China boards.
China boards.
China board.
That's what he said.
That's the verbatims.
Exactly. And he whipped out the brand new Exway Flex and tried to do this objective test with the board compared to his other boards. And I was just tripping. What was you thinking about the video?
I mean, if he had said, I'm just doing a comparative, he said, hey, y'all want to see what this is like, and didn't try to put so much corporate spin on it. But yeah, he lost all objectivity. This is the thing. If I was a college student wanting to be convinced, great job, buddy. But if you're trying to educate the community,
yeah.
So it was a little confusing to hear that from him, and I hope he's very successful in the industry and with the Evolve, whatever. It's great, but it muddied the waters where really a good dialogue is needed. And I thank him for making the video because it created this space where now we can have a conversation.
Yeah, it really, the video really tripped me out for a couple of reasons, but one of the things that really stood out was that he used basically a pre-production board to do his comparison. And Exway has continually said that the pre-production boards don't have the software 100% right just yet. So you're gonna pull out a board that's compromised and then compare it to boards that you guys are selling that are 100% and then act like, man, what's going on with this board? So that was something that just, like, to me, from a
like the laggy trigger moment.
The laggy trigger moment, and then
or he's already on the rollback and he decides to go. And
yeah.
The commentary isn't helping your case if you're really trying to be objective. That was the point. That the way that it was kind of all laid out, and then the arguments after, they're good. They're very solid, other side of the coin perspectives, but it's not objective when it's the company's man speaking on it.
Exactly.
It comes off kind of corny.
And then you're such a big company. It's like,
yeah, we love y'all. It ain't no hate.
Yeah, it's just like, that's like Rolls Royce coming out with a new car and then go grabbing a Honda and being like, let's compare the two. Like, you guys are such a large company and have such a large share of the market. You don't have to do something like
follow
that.
Up with the LaCroix comparison.
That's what everybody said. They was like, get the onboard Carbon AT, get the LaCroix. Like,
get somebody who's actually like where you guys could have a tit for tat kind of argument over who spent more in the R&D. Give us an intelligent argument to go to bat for in our just regular group ride conversations, because it's not an argument. Nobody's trying to create some verses. Yeah. So this isn't a continuation of whatever verses they were. That's what it popped up as.
Yeah, it was a really awkward video. I actually opened it up this morning, and it was also fascinating to see that the video has almost as many dislikes as it does likes. I think it's right now had like 140 likes, like 130 dislikes. So, like, to me, that was just a polarizing video. And I've never seen any of the other budget companies. I've never seen like Backfire like grab a Exway and be like, look how whack it is, or onboard grab it. I've never seen any skateboard. Have you seen that before?
No, I mean, you'll see it when a representative of a board is really doing a comparison of some new innovation they came out with. You have to not throw your competition under the bus, but it's capitalism at the end of the day. You're competing in a market share that's very small, a nascent community. We're very young, but the people in it are very committed to this community. And most of us came from skating, which is older than all of this. So, we all came with our opinions and our attitudes and perspectives on it. So I don't see how that's ever furthered anybody's agenda by like this and the other ones. If it's clear and clean cut, great. But, his argument was, well, I'm giving them props for being a budget board. I said it many times throughout the video that, if what you're going for is high valuation for the cost, this may be the thing for you. But he didn't sell it like that way, because all the other things were definitely sells. Not being able to finish the ride.
Yeah, that was terrible.
How to ride it.
Why would you even do that?
Then leave your commentary out.
Yeah. It was, and then it's and then to grab one board and act like that board can represent every budget board that's coming out. Because there's even amongst budget boards, there's tiers of budget boards. There's some budget boards I wouldn't even touch, and then there's others I would get. I would get an Exway, I would get a Backfire, I would get a Wow Go, because they've been established for a while. But to sit up and just act like one board can represent all the different tiers of those type of boards is just ridiculous.
And shout out to Raldi. I'm just gonna say this really quick.
Yeah.
And this is not a Dust Evolve, but if you look at one of Raldi's really old single motor chain driven from, I forgot what battery it was on it, but it's a 15-year-old design.
Really?
Yeah, and it's got the same shape and profile and silhouette of the Stoker. So
wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Nobody's really all that innovative. And
no,
if
you
we
can't
really
be.
Start talking about it, we talk about like Maybach Corp, the Chinese company that has several factories in Shenzhen that they're building,
making everything.
They're making everything. That QC may be different between different builders. Component strength may be different. The amount of customer service that you get at all, and the quality of customer service. These are all conversations to have. So you're better off just talking about what y'all do without the comparisons, unless your comparisons really do.
We're going to be objective. Yeah, they're going to be fair and objective.
Yeah, or create such a good spin for you guys at the end of it that you win. You know, that Evolve says, hey, well, we're just happy we're in this space and look where we're sitting and this is great for us. So if that's how y'all are at it, that's good. But I wouldn't say that video helped you.
Yeah, it was. I was thrown back. But anyway, I'm done talking about negative stuff. It's enough negative stuff going on. As you can see, we over here social distancing. We shot the video outside so that the wind could blow all the virus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so now I want to talk a little bit about. I moved too much. I want to talk a little bit about, everybody's talking about Boosted and what's going to happen with Boosted. The vacuum. So it's so crazy because now that Boosted looks like they may not be able to recover, and I hope they are, because they kind of really started this space, or made it really well known, so to speak.
My first board, the skateboard, was
a boosted board. Yeah. And even everybody, when you ride, they think you're riding a boosted. When you ride, people are like, oh, is that a boosted board? I'm like, nah, this is a Backfire. Nah, this is an Exway.
They did all the things with the branding that you would expect a company to do. And they did that part well. And initially, their customer service was really great. I had some great service. Yeah. But what's going to happen now as people are making their choices for their hot summer 2020?
Exactly. And what's crazy is, even with this void, right? You have so many boards coming out this summer with belt drive that are really. Backfire just announced yesterday on their social media they're finally coming out with a belt driven board. Yeah. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it, man. I shared on my timeline like, what the heck? Yeah. Because Backfire, from all their marketing with the G3, it's like, look, they were dissing belt drive. Yeah, they were dissing belt drive there. The rocks get in there. They're loud. You don't want that. And then it's like, oh man, they about to hit us with the belt drive board. So like,
super quick swap out.
Yeah. So like,
looking at them now, like,
and apparently they're going to use all of this, but then just do the belt drive, because the G3 is a good board. But then you got Exway coming out with the Exway Flex that has people really going crazy over the board. And I'm fascinated. And then even Raldi. We were just talking about Raldi.
Yeah.
They have a street
urethane. Yeah, their street series are coming out.
Yeah.
So,
and then it looks so cool.
I think belt-driven boards in general are a much more mature product in general, thanks to Boosted. It goes kind of back to that conversation in the circle. Yeah. But it seems a little different now that there's so many options. It starts to turn into a different conversation of what kind of ESC does it have? What is the torque like? What kind of controller do you have? Can you see the telemetry of what you're riding on your controller? So the nuances of a person's riding requirements plays a lot more now into their decision making. Where before it's like, are you doing belt? Are you doing hub? Are you doing high end or doing low end?
You're really going to have to create something good, because now you can't rely on that. It's only two companies out here. Now you have, for the same price range, because I think Backfire was saying there's going to be about 7. Raldi said theirs is going to be about 7. Exway's is 700. We know that the Wild goes around 7. Onboard is, in that price range.
They'll play margins with promo codes. So at the end of the day, they're all talking about the same.
Exactly.
Right?
So now it's, like you said, it's the small nuances now that are going to differentiate. Does it have an app? You know, what is that? What is it? You know, the control look like? What type of hobby wing ERC are we using? Is it using the standard one, or they beefed it up a little bit? So it's just like really, really good times for people right now, because the average person can get into the Eastgate game without having to spend 2 or 3 stacks.
I'll say this, because now that we've been in the game for a little bit and been riding for a bit, you know, how you tear down and rebuild your board when it ultimately needs to be done plays a lot into the quality of the board. And when you do run into problems, this is what Boosted had solved for Americans, was the ability to RMA and to send your stuff back, and to have a stateside address where your stuff is going to have a team that can provide continuity for your product, because you care about your board more than they can care about your board. It's your ride. You've got all your memories and your fun stuff associated with it. So which of these China board companies, you know, which of these companies that are not currently housed out of America are going to provide the best customer service on the coasts, and then we're going to have the best distribution for their parts, so that when these things do happen, when something more than just the belt breaks, how do you get it serviced? You know,
and it's crazy that you say that, because you know Backfire has had U.S. type customer service for a minute. Exway took it away, and they just sent an email the other day stating that they're now going to go back to having USA type support now, Exway. So, well, at least the shipping. So I'm assuming that if they're shipping from the U.S., then maybe they probably would have.
And Raldi as well. They do U.S. They have it's out of Cali, so you know, and they're good for that. So, and I've seen it bear out, which is what's important, because when you're waiting 2 or 3 months, and then something like coronavirus hits you, what are you going to do about it, man?
Bro.
You know, when life gets in the way and you've already got a 2-month wait on something, that's great for when you're waiting on some spacers for the gears inside something.
You're trying to roll out.
Right. When you're talking about the core components that you ride on, not something that you're modding, you're going to try to play around with, I don't Alibaba that stuff.
Yeah, you don't. Who wants to wait that long?
Yeah, or I buy that stuff in bulk and I've got some I can ride on. You know? Especially like a lot of the stuff with these skateboards, people that are fresh getting into it don't realize that it's a digestible product. You're tearing through these wheels over time if you're riding them. You know?
And the belts.
The belts, you know, the hubs, they last a very long time, but ultimately they do have to be re-sleeved, they do run new bits. These bolts that they put on here, all of these makers put on substandard bolts, I feel. I like stainless steel. I like my stuff.
You change all yours out when you get it?
I do. I change out most of my gear, most of my hardware as soon as I get it. First thing I do when I get a board is tear it down. Yeah, I do a little bit of riding.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show you. Look, I'm gonna show you some of his board. Like this dude be doing all kind of stuff.
I
like
just paint them.
No, he do a lot more. I went over his house one time. Like, bro, what do we got going? The floor. I seen like millions of bolts. I ain't never seen these kind of bolts before. Like, what is all of this stuff? I'm like, man.
Yeah.
But
shout out to my girlfriend for putting up with it.
Yeah, for putting up, because I was like, man, you might get put out the house.
I know, man.
I need to like get an air mattress going.
Well, I'm never gonna sell my Boosted Stealth, because my girl likes to ride it. So again, shout out to Boosted, man.
Yeah.
They kind of brought me into the e-skate, where before I was just downhill longboarder, long distance pusher. And so yeah, I have a lot of muscle memory on just riding skateboards, but the e-skate industry's new. And I want to see it come together in a good way. I want the new young riders that are just now learning to put on a helmet and stuff like that, where you and me grew up, what is that? I want them to know how to really push themselves without having all the highly avoidable injuries.
Yeah, respect it. Like one of the things I always tell people, and I'm going to actually do a video on a first-time video for people brand new to e-skate. Electric skateboards remind me of like motorcycles, in that you have to respect it. The minute you lose respect for the motorcycle, when you're riding it and you think you're good enough, that's when you get hurt. The minute you lose respect for these boards and you think you can do whatever, that's when the board says, nah, player, you don't got it under control like you thought you did.
99% of every fall I've had plenty, has come from that exact sentiment, where I'm not respecting the board, I'm not respecting the power underneath my feet or the conditions around me, or my situational awareness is dropped because I'm feeling comfortable, you know? I'm smelling myself too much.
Yeah, that's what the old folks used to say.
Something.
You get old, bro.
Yeah,
These boys out smelling. You get old, bro. You can't. I ain't let you in my video no more. You aging me, bro. Don't age me like that in the video.
It's enough, young buck. Let me tell you about this.
I know, right? Hell nah. But yeah, man. So I think that there's a lot of good product coming out. I'm excited. I'm very excited about this riding season, because the quality of what they're able to produce now for that $600 to $700 range is going to allow a lot of people to get into this. You're going to see people that say, I'm not paying $2,000 for board. They're going to jump in this thing. And even I haven't been able to catch I didn't catch the last ride, but even with the Atlanta East Gate crew, man, it's getting thick.
It's really thick.
Like we rolling deep, man.
Yeah, and the variants of the boards in the rides now are making us have to choose what kind of group rides we do. You know, we've got the short range boards that can do it, and that's how I look at board. It isn't budget or whatever. It's what range can you do?
Yeah.
Because I feel that you should ride the speed and the style that you like. You know, if you have an AT board, all-terrain, it's more like an urban cruiser kind of ride, then that's how you like to ride. People should encourage rides that you can enjoy yourself on as well, and there's paths for you to do that. So, yeah, as these group rides get bigger, man, the nuances of what they want is gonna just get...
It's going down.
Yeah.
It's going down this summer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody wants range, too. So, hey, any companies that watch this video, man, do what you do already with your R&D, but then making extra range options.
I think every board should be shipping with fast chargers now, or you should be able to buy one. Every board, like Exway, you know, they have it now, and I think Rowdy said they're going to have a fast charger now. Yeah. At least if you're going to keep the range at, you know, a good 12 or 13, please come out with that fast charger, because then all I got to do is stop for 30 minutes and get on my way. I shouldn't have to stop for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. But yeah, man. So
I have a different attitude on it.
What you about to say?
Because I'm old. I have a bad back, and I had a surgery less than 12 months ago.
Yeah.
So I'm always conscious and aware that I need to kind of protect it, and like even now I'm like trying to hold my posture right, and so I try to ride as light as possible. So that was one of my major driving factors for getting a premium board was I didn't have to worry about range. The power and the speed and all this stuff was actually secondary for me.
Yeah.
Because I was already having so much fun on little urethane boards. Like, well, if I want the most fun, I ride urethane, man. These are just, it gives me my feels back.
Yeah.
You gotta work on this.
I like it like that. Yeah.
Some water. All right, we'll edit that out.
I like it like that.
Sorry,
you can leave it in there. Look, I was just tinkering with everything. I actually loosened these up on because they would spin for like maybe 10 seconds to stop. Now they'll spin for a minute now if I let them. So I loosen them up.
They'll get broken in. You know what we should do a tear down and rebuild. And I could just, I'd love to be told how incorrect I am. I'm from back in the day when we wanted to lube our bearings, we would use sewing machine oil because it was a high viscosity oil.
Yeah.
And we knew that was better than putting like the thick, you know, Dad, get that lube grease.
That grease, yeah.
Petroleum jelly. I used all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we should do a tear down, and then that way the comments can build up, and we can kind of like
help people.
It's a community thing.
I like it. Hey, Jason, we're gonna wrap it up so it's not too long.
Sure.
Let me get those stickers real quick, Candace. Give them your IG.
The Organic Paradox. IG. You go to organicparadox.com. It's got all my other social media stuff on there: Facebook, Instagram.
He creates dope stuff.
I just do, I do a lot of graphic art. I love the skate community. Just trying to build the collective of willing people who want to actually participate in growing the culture.
Yeah, I appreciate you jumping on here with me, man. This was fun, man. This is gonna be the first of many of these type of videos, man, where I'm gonna just be pulling cats from the Atlanta Eastgate community.
We'll pull up people too, man. I'd like to see a couple guys. They'd be
happy.
Yeah, DC Eastgate crew. Shout out to y'all, man. The Philly crew, the Gladiators from Philly.
Oh yeah. What is it? Noble.
Noble.
A lot of them, man. I watch the cats in Cali too.
Yeah, CG.
My man, what is it? CG.
What up? Do shout outs all day, man. Like,
what is it? Chicago boosted. Chicago boosted.
Chicago boosted. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
Sawyer Reynolds out there in LA. Baskate.
Everybody. Shred Lights. You know what it do.
We start calling out the companies that hold us down too, man. Yeah, all the sponsors.
Exway. Appreciate it. But hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Backfired. I can't leave them out. I'm shining on Backfire. You know what I'm saying? I love them. Exway, Backfire. I love them. But thank y'all for tuning in. As always, I'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Peace.